Hello, it's Julia. I'm studying abroad at 56. Still in the pre-studying phase. Haven't gone anywhere yet. But in less than 2 weeks, Harper and I will be in the UK. Wow, and it's been a crazy week. Today is August 16th, and it's been a day. And it's also almost 6 o'clock in the evening, so it's been a long day. So last Wednesday, we got word that the house we were going to rent in England very suddenly fell through. It was absolutely not available, and the reasons given were completely reasonable. We knew the landlord from a previous rental, and he very kindly explained to us everything that was going on, and that in fact the house would not be available. So I feel bad for him for a lot of reasons, but at the same time, it was like, oh my God, we were going to be there in 2.5 weeks. And, you know, it's not like it's just me and I can just hang out in a hotel room, or even just me and Harper. Like Kurt and the cats were going to be following 5 days after we arrived. So the plan being that Harper and I set up a house, and then Kurt and the cats arrive, and easy peasy. So that was last Wednesday morning. I spoke to the agent on the phone. He kindly called and explained, and then I got the email from the landlord explaining as well. So I just spent the next 4 or 5 hours just searching for places to rent just searching for places to rent. I guess I had done that earlier in the summer before I knew that the other place was a possibility. Oh, but just the stress of, yeah, we have a house, no problem. We even know what it looks like. We know how big it is. We know, oh my God. So just how all that fall away was just like, gut punch. So I worked my behind off and just searched and set up new searches. I looked at about 15 different houses, broadened the search area a little bit, increased the rent maximum a little bit just to even see what the options might be. So I sent about 15 emails asking for more information, and most importantly, do they take pets? Because some places just didn't indicate whether they took pets or not. So I did all that all day Thursday, most of the day Thursday, and then Wednesday, that was last Wednesday. Woke up Thursday to only about 5 answers. 2 of them were sorry, no pets. And then I was like, okay, let's move ahead. Let's just keep going. So with the 3 that were potentially available, I started sending them information. There was one house that looked great, was not too different from the house we were going to rent, except a bit more modern, and actually a little bit more space. And it was a little bit more expensive, but like, okay, beggars choosers. So I was in touch with that agent, started sending through all the information I could send. I was in touch with our previous landlord whose house was not available, and asked him if he could please send a nice letter of recommendation. I was like, we only lived at your house for 4 years. 4 years, oh my God, 4 months. We only lived at his house for 4 months, 5 years ago. And he very kindly sent a really, really nice reference letter, which we really appreciated, which I also forwarded to the house that seemed like our best option. There are a couple other options a little further afield, and I tried to get video tours of them. I got a video tour of one. And the other one said, no, we need to have a human being there. So I was like, okay, now I have to scramble to see who could maybe help me. And fortunately, our very good friend Patty, who lives in London, said he would be happy to help us. But the soonest they could all get together to look was today. So as of last Saturday, I was like, maybe there's a house to rent, and then maybe there are 2 backups in case the other house, the first choice house, didn't come through. Friday, I spent talking on the phone with the financial person who was, checking into our financials, and then sent through a whole bunch of more documents to her. And then did a little bit more research on Saturday, looking for other houses, poking around other estate agents. It's tricky because there's no centralized MLS service for rentals or for, there's no Zillow. Not that Zillow has everything, but Zillow can be fairly comprehensive. So it's a challenge, and you can't just have one agent who will just help you find whatever. Like, they'll just help you with the houses they have available, and that's just how their system works. So anyway, scheduled up people for Patty to go look on Wednesday today, and then Sunday I couldn't do anything, and so I was just like all day going, what if we don't have a house? I was looking into extended Airbnbs that accept pets in case we had to wait till the end of September. All of that stressing me out, because then that meant Harper couldn't start school till later because you need a signed lease and a passport stamp saying she actually is in the country. So Monday, got some answers back on a few things, got another place scheduled. So there are 2 places that Patty was looking for us. And then set up a meeting, a WhatsApp video call with the first choice house agent and the landlords. As it turns out, the landlords are renting their house for the very first time, and they were a little bit apprehensive about renting their house out. It's their family home. And I was like, I'm renting my family home out for the first time so we can move to England. Like, we've lived here for 25 years and we're going to be renting it out to strangers. So I wrote a nice paragraph in one of my many emails that I think also included pictures of our cats saying, we totally understand how you feel. We're doing the exact same thing. We will do everything to keep your house as lovely as possible because we want the same for our house, and so we like to put that energy out there. I didn't say all that, but basically told them, dudes, we get it. So, and then Tuesday was quiet, I think just because everything was waiting for today. So today, Wednesday, August 16th, we had the phone call in the morning with the landlord and the agent for their first choice house, while at the same time Patty was looking at the other 2 houses and doing videos for us. And as we were talking on the phone with them, the landlord said, and I think you already organized with the agent that I'll meet you on the 29th with the keys and show you around the house. And I said, yes, if we are accepted, if you decide to rent to us, absolutely, I can be there. And then they said, oh no, you're accepted. We accept you. We want you to rent the house. And I was like, all I could do, not to just like scream with relief. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So we finished that call, and then the agent sent through the paperwork to fill out the lease agreement, and we needed a friend to witness it. Like, Kurt and I couldn't witness each other signing. So fortunately, my good friend Shauna came over for a visit, which we had scheduled already. And I said, Shauna, can you be our witness, please? And so she witnessed us signing, and we all signed. And so I'm going to send that off tonight. It was so lovely to have a visit with Shauna. She and her husband, she just recently got married to her longtime love, and they're having an exciting first year of marriage. It's great. So I'm really happy for them, and I'm going to miss her terribly. She was one of my college roommates, knew her from freshman year, and she's an amazing, amazing film cinematographer. Anyway, it was just lovely to hang out with her and visit with her. And then she said, all right, I gotta go. And we had big hugs. And I'm like, wait a minute, do you need any cleaning supplies? And I loaded her up with our whole cleaning closet full of Windex and silver polish and, oh my God, just 2 bags full of stuff, which was like, fantastic, great, thank you so much, let's get it out of the house. So she took that as her lovely parting gift for visiting. I'm definitely going to miss her. I'm going to miss everybody, but it was lovely to see her and spend time today. So yeah, that's the looking ahead to England part. It's just, this last week has been like crazy. And as soon as we got off the phone, Kurt and I we were just like, oh my God, high five. Oh, we were so exhausted. And then I said, okay, I think we can relax our sphincters now. Oh boy. So again, not everything is signed. It's not completely signed, sealed, and delivered, but hopefully by the end of this week, by the end of day Friday, we'll have all the signed paperwork. And if anything goes wrong, we have the other two houses as backup. One of which is in a town a little further afield, but I was doing a a Google Street View tour yesterday, just looking at the high street and all the different shops and restaurants, and there was a Mexican restaurant, and I was like, well, if we end up living in this town, it'll be Taco Tuesday every week. So even if we don't end up living there, might have to go seek it out just to say we were going to be here every Tuesday. So that's that. All right, so that's the England part of it. Just a huge whirlwind trying to get that sorted, and I'm very grateful for how much we got sorted. Monday was a super, I don't know why Monday ended up being a crazy busy morning. I think because I was, ever since last Wednesday, I've been up at 5, and I'm an early bird anyway, but I was up at 5 on the computer, working, talking, emailing, texting with people in England about potential houses. So I worked from 5 till 11 Monday morning. And then in the afternoon, I was like packing stuff up and putting it in the office. And yeah, that was nuts. Crazy busy. By the time it got to be 8 o'clock and we sat down in the living room, I was like, is it Thursday? It feels like Thursday. It feels like I've had 3 days today. And that was Monday. And then yesterday we did in the afternoon, we did a ton of, actual big pieces of furniture moves out of the house into the garage where we're storing stuff. And that was just a production, because we had to, all three of us had to really work hard to get those pieces out there. And then I moved a bunch of stuff into those pieces because it was like bookshelves and a wardrobe. So then I moved a bunch of stuff into them. So that's helpful. But then honestly, it feels like I do a ton of that, and then I look around and go, did I do anything? Is there still just a whole bunch of stuff here? It honestly, I mean, it feels like it's emptier because there used to be a big piece of furniture right over there, but there's not one anymore. But I don't know. It's all just mushing together in my brain after all the stress of this week. And then, so I will end on just a quick note about the overarching sadness. Last week, Tuesday into Wednesday, was also when the big fires happened on Maui in Hawaii, and the entire town of Lahaina burned down. Lots of houses up country in Kula burned. A lot of acres burned, but so many houses were lost. I mean, and that's irrelevant compared to how many lives have been lost, and we still don't even know the full extent of how many people have died. It's awful. It's just awful. And so many people reached out to me to see how my mom is doing, and luckily she was on the other side of the island and she's fine. And some friends who I know very closely who still live there, they're fine. But gosh, just a tremendous, awful tragedy, just a horrible tragedy. So that's been weighing heavy on my heart, because Maui is my heart, Hawaii is my heart. So it's hard to see them suffering. And it's really wild, obviously we see terrible tragedies on the news all the time with tornadoes and hurricanes. And as human beings, we can look at that and be empathetic, but then we kind of move on because it doesn't touch us personally. So this one's super personal. So with the stress of, oh gosh, our housing is in jeopardy, and then the stress of my island is on fire. It's been tough. It's been a tough week. Whew. But things are on our side anyway, looking up. Signing off on our lease, getting that off to the agent, and hopefully tomorrow there'll be some confirmation. If not tomorrow, then Friday. There's a small chance we might have to re-sign, but that's okay too. So, yeah. Woo! I'm exhausted. So there you go. I'm 56, and eventually I'm going to be studying abroad. I haven't even thought about school for myself yet, because that's like more than a month away. So that's ages away. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for listening. I was going to say something else about Maui, but it makes me cry. Maui. So there you go. I'll see you next time. I think I'll probably do another recording before we leave, and then then we'll be in the UK less than 2 weeks. Hope we get everything in our suitcases. Thanks for watching. Bye.